Hello everyone. I am myself Dr. Rajesh Gubba. I am the general medicine educator. So in this session I will be discussing a very important topic in the neurology, that is the optic neuritis. So optic neuritis, as the name itself suggests, it is the inflammation of the optic nerve, and this inflammatory optic neuropathy, it is strongly associated with the demyelinating disease. Right, it is strongly associated with demyelinating disease, and that particular demyelinating disease, it is multiple sclerosis. Right, that particular demyelinating disease is multiple sclerosis. So multiple sclerosis, it is one of the common one of the etiologies for the optic neuritis, and this optic neuritis, it also occurs in sarcoidosis. Right, sarcoidosis is the disorder which is characterized by accumulation of a non-caseating granuloma, and this optic neuritis, it is also seen in neuromyelitis optica. Right, also seen in neuromyelitis optica. So this neuromyelitis optica spectrum, it is a disorder which is characterized by the presence of serum antibodies to aquaporin 4. That is about the other etiologies which will cause the optic neuritis, and this optic neuritis will also occur following the viral infection, and this particular viral infection, it is usually varicella zoster virus infection. Right, varicella zoster virus infection, and even certain autoimmune disorders are associated with the development of this optic neuritis, and these autoimmune disorders include systemic lupus erythematosus, then next important etiology is the Sjogren syndrome. Systemic lupus erythematosus, the antibodies are, the autoimmune antibodies are anti-Smith and as well as anti-dsDNA. Sjogren syndrome, the antibodies are anti-Rho and as well as the anti-La. So these are the autoimmune disorders in which you can have the development of the optic neuritis. And what will be the clinical features in these patients with the optic neuritis? Optic neuritis, in case of demyelinating diseases, it is characterized by a unilateral loss of vision. And what is that particular demyelinating disease which will cause optic neuritis? That is multiple sclerosis. And what happens to the visual acuity? Visual acuity, it ranges from 20 to 30, right? And this visual acuity, let me tell you, it is reduced. And how much will be that visual acuity? That is 6/9. And it may even progress to a scenario where there can be a severe visual loss. Right, this can progress to a scenario where there is severe visual loss, and in almost all cases there is pain behind the eye. Right, in almost all cases there is pain behind the eye, and this particular pain behind the eye, it is exacerbated by the eye movement. right? It is exacerbated by eye movement. And even there is also the visual field loss. This visual field loss is also usually central. These are some of the clinical findings that you will see in optic neuritis, and apart from that, there is particular loss of color vision. Right, there is particular loss of color vision, and there is also relative afferent pupillary defect, RAPD. Right, relative afferent pupillary defect. And in about 2/3 of cases, the optic nerve is normal during the acute stage. Right, the optic nerve is normal during the acute stage in about 2/3 of cases. In the remainder, the optic disc is swollen. And that we call it as papillitis. Right, that we call it as papillitis. And occasionally, there can be flame shaped peripapillary hemorrhages. Right, flame shaped peripapillary hemorrhages. Right, that is what are the clinical findings. So clinical findings, there is particular loss of color vision and a relative afferent pupillary defect. In about 2/3 of cases, the optic nerve is normal during the acute stage, and in the remainder, the optic disc is swollen, that is called papillitis, with occasional flame shaped peripapillary hemorrhages. And this visual acuity, it usually improves within 2 to 3 weeks and return to normal in 95% of individuals if they are being treated. Right, if they are being treated. And the optic atrophy, right, this optic atrophy subsequently develops if there has been damage to sufficient optic nerve fibers. Right, if the greater quantity of the optic nerve fibers are affected, there can be development of the optic atrophy as well. And what will be the treatment? In acute demyelinating optic neuritis, you need to give intravenous methylprednisolone. Right, intravenous methylprednisolone. This intravenous methylprednisolone, it should be given 1 gram daily for 3 days. Right, 1 gram daily for 3 days, followed by a tapering course of the oral prednisolone should be given. Right, followed by tapering course of the oral prednisolone. And the usage of this prednisolone in an individual patient is determined by the degree of visual loss. right? It is determined by degree of visual loss. So that is what is your treatment in case of acute demyelinating disorder causing optic neuritis. And what is that acute demyelinating disorder causing optic neuritis? That is multiple sclerosis. And we also have an anti-epileptic drug, that is phenytoin. So this phenytoin, it may be neuroprotective in typical optic neuritis. Right, it is neuroprotective in typical optic neuritis. And in case of atypical optic neuritis, where all you can see this atypical optic neuritis, that is seen in patients with sarcoidosis, seen in patients with SLE, seen in patients with the Sjogren syndrome. See, atypical optic neuritis due to sarcoidosis, neuromyelitis optica, SLE, Sjogren syndrome. See, these patients, they generally have a poor prognosis, right? They have a poor prognosis, and these patients, they require immediate and more prolonged corticosteroid therapy. Right, immediate and more prolonged steroid therapy, right? So that is about the treatment in case of atypical optic neuritis. And prognosis, if you see, among patients with a first episode of clinically isolated optic neuritis, multiple sclerosis will develop in 50% within 15 years, but the visual and neurological prognosis are good. So, in individuals who have developed the first episode of the clinically isolated optic neuritis, in patients with multiple sclerosis, almost like 50% of patients with multiple sclerosis, they develop this isolated optic neuritis, first episode of isolated optic neuritis. But in them, the prognosis is good. But in which group of individual the prognosis is poor? That is in patients with atypical optic neuritis, seen in patients with sarcoidosis, neuromyelitis optica, herpes zoster, systemic lupus erythematosus. They have the poor prognosis. And the major risk factors are the female gender and the presence of multiple white matter lesions on the brain MRI. Right, multiple white matter lesions on the brain MRI. So these are the major risk factors. And we have many disease modifying drugs. They are available to reduce the risk of further neurological episodes and potentially the accumulation of disability, but each has the adverse effects that in some instances they are life threatening. But please remember, female gender and as well as an individual with multiple white matter lesions on the brain MRI, they are the major risk factors for the poor prognosis in case of the optic neuritis, right? So now when will you refer the patient? Please remember, all the patients with optic neuritis should be referred urgently for ophthalmologist or the neurological assessment. So what will be the common etiologies? Multiple sclerosis. The other etiologies, that includes the sarcoidosis. Sarcoidosis is the disorder which is characterized by accumulation of a non-caseating granuloma, and neuromyelitis optica, viral infections like varicella zoster virus infection, various autoimmune disorders like systemic lupus erythematosus and as well as the Sjogren syndrome. And this optic neuritis in demyelinating disorders, it is characterized by loss of vision, and even the visual acuity is reduced, and it may progress even to a severe visual loss. And there will be pain behind the eye that is exacerbated by eye movement, and even there is loss of the visual field that is mostly central, and there is particular loss of color vision and relative afferent pupillary defect. And in 2/3 of individual, the optic nerve is normal during the acute stage, but remainder there will be optic disc swelling that is called papillitis. And visual acuity, it improves within 2 to 3 weeks, and optic atrophy subsequently develops if there has been damage to sufficient optic nerve fibers. And treatment in case of acute demyelinating optic neuritis, you need to give intravenous methylprednisolone. Anti-epileptic drug that is phenytoin may be neuroprotective in typical optic neuritis. Atypical optic neuritis patients, they have poor prognosis, that is seen in patients with sarcoidosis, neuromyelitis optica, herpes zoster or systemic lupus erythematosus. And the prognosis, like in patients with multiple sclerosis who has developed first episode of clinically isolated optic neuritis, in them the neurological prognosis is good. The major risk factors are the female gender, and as well as in individuals with multiple white matter lesions on the brain MRI, they are associated with poor prognosis. So this completes the discussion of this very important topic, that is optic neuritis. Thank you very much.